Good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove here. We're come down to the 60-foot raised bed. Miss Wanda reached over and snatched up a bunch of carrots while I've been down here since daylight almost, working on this panel system I put up here and pulling weeds. I got a pile of weeds by that oak tree out yonder. It's going to fill the back of that Ranger up just about. Chickens will be happy though. I've been trying to get it ready to plant these beans we got here. We got these from Mr. Jerry. He was raving about how much they produced. They're a pole bean. He said somebody, I best understand somebody from, maybe from a northern climate gave them to him. And he planted them. And he said, Danny, them things produced like you wouldn't believe. And I saw the trellis he had. It wasn't no longer than mine right here. And I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna give them a shot down here in the 60-foot raised bed down here. Now I haven't fertilized it. The only thing I've done is down here from this point forward, about 2 or 3 months ago, I filled it full of cow manure. And I haven't done anything right here. So I'll come back and I'll do my fertilizing on the other side of the fence later on. But right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these beans and I'm gonna just punch them down in the ground here. Now, I don't know anything about these beans. I don't know the variety. I don't know anything about them. All I know is when they come up, we will we'll look at them and we'll decide at that point what we think they are, because I don't think Mr. Jerry actually knew what variety they were, or if he did, he didn't tell me. And if he did tell me, I don't remember. So, because we were more or less fellowshipping while we were talking. Now, these are seeds that he saved himself. So, and he's about 20 minutes from us. So they should be acclimated to this area right here. I would think so. Now I'm gonna plant them about. He didn't tell me how far apart to put them. If he did, I don't remember. But I'm gonna move them and put them about 6 inches apart, because my experience with pole beans in the south here is if you get them too close together, they won't do good. So I'm gonna just stick with a 6-inch rule right here. And he told me, he said, now this is enough beans to plant a lot of stuff. And going at 6 inches, I have to agree with him. One of the things I was trying to do was save my own broccoli seed, and we had that cold spell come, and I thought it was gonna get them, but it looks like they made it. So if nothing goes wrong, I'm gonna actually have my own broccoli seeds that I've saved. That'd be a blessing, because we don't have any of our own broccoli seeds that we have saved.
She wants to help.
I don't need no help from your kind.
I'm sad eyes. She said, okay, I'll go play.
That's what I want you to do. I want you to just go on and go play somewhere.
She smells that rabbit.
Yeah, we had a rabbit in here and she smells it. Which bothers me now. We ain't had no rabbits.
She's going straight to that fence. Something walked across there.
I did see, when I was weeding, I did see some of the weeds eat off. But nothing has eaten the broccoli.
No, and that's odd.
You know, the weeds were, there were several of the weeds I found clumps of grass. The tops was eat off on the clumps of grass. But none of the broccoli was eaten.
But we have to protect our asparagus, so we fixing to have to make a...
Yeah, we're going to have to put a hoop over the asparagus. I didn't get all the little weeds up out of this, that's for sure.
She come running almost to you and hit a smell and turned on a dime.
That's the way she is. I mean, her loyalty is very little.
She goes, squirrel.
That's it.
She goes one way, and then she goes around. She may be smelling those squirrels that were down here.
That or rabbits.
One of the two.
This soil is not damp. You are going to have to water it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at there. Look over here. Look up here. Little blooms coming off of them.
And it's still blooming.
It's still blooming, yeah. There's a little peach on the other side of that one. A little bloom coming out and there's already a peach on it. Look at here. Got him. Stink bug. Already. That ain't good.
It's early.
It's early for them things down here anyway. So we got little peach. This peach tree come from deep south. Look at here. Look right here. Look right there.
You gotta get them.
Ain't that something?
On peach trees.
Yep, they sting them peaches.
I guess so.
That's what they do. They come and sting them peaches. I mean, it's disturbing to be this early and already got them stink bugs coming out. Wow. But anyway, I don't think there's any, I don't know about this tree. I don't know if it's got anything on it or not. But I know this tree has lots of little things on it everywhere. Peaches. This one has the Electroculture.
And that one does not.
That one does not. This one does. This one has all the blooms on it this year. They're growing down by that chicken pen.
But one has Electroculture, one doesn't.
This one, Electroculture, is bloomed out like crazy.
And with little peaches.
With little peaches. The one next to it is a little bit smaller.
No, I don't see any. There's been no blooms that I know of.
I don't see anything on it. There might have been a little bloom. The freeze might have got it. One of them right there. But
overall, nothing.
Wait, hold on. We may be jumping the gun here.
Oh, a couple of peaches. There's one right there.
Yep. Little one. That's a little. It just ain't dried up enough to come off. I don't want to break them off yet.
So it might have a couple of peaches.
It's got a couple in the tip top of it there. I don't really see any more. That's good, you know. This one's got a few. Now we do have one of Mr. Jerry's right here. This one is just now starting. It ain't even put the leaves all on yet. It's got a few little blooms on it way up in the top. And way down here, I'm gonna let these trees get pretty big before I do any kind of topping or anything like that. This one here is just now starting to leaf out good. It's got the Electroculture. I think these still could bloom yet, because it seems like they're a little bit behind the others, you know, on the blooming. Because they're a different variety altogether. Now I don't know what the one from Deep South is. It's just a seed from a white peach is all I know. All right, I walked over to the strawberry tower and I looked, and we got some little strawberries coming on here. I love our strawberries. We take them and put them in the refrigerator. And when we sit down to take our breaks, we eat some strawberries. Yeah. I guess I need to probably hit them with some fertilizer. They're getting up now where they're big enough that we need to be pumping some fertilizer to them. I was a little bit nervous to do it up front because I was afraid that I might kill the plants because the plants were all tiny, like these new ones I stuck in here, all these little bitty ones. But I think we're all right. I think we're good enough. Well, the ones I put down there and that thing, they took off. So, yeah, we got a few little strawberries there. It's always a good little snack for us whenever we head out to take our break. A couple of days ago, I came in here and I fertilized all the beds in the high tunnel with 8-24-24. The lime was okay in them. The pH was good. And I came back with vermiculite. I had ordered some big old giant bags of vermiculite. It's the large particle vermiculite. Because we was having a little trouble with the beds wanting to dry out too quick because we used all organic matter in it. And organic matter doesn't hold water very well, so because it just goes right through it. So I put the vermiculite in it to kind of help retain a little bit of the moisture that I put in it. Well, when I got that done, I turned all that in, and I came back and I have planted all of them. I still have part of the bag here. This is the Jackson Wonder bush lima bean. I got all the beds done except this one, and I believe these two right here and that one over yonder because there's still a few cauliflowers in it. This one I had to dig the pepper up right here. This is a lunchbox pepper. I'm going to move it out with my other peppers out yonder before it actually goes to blooming. And I have fertilized this bed and put the vermiculite in it. The vermiculite, I was going to kind of show you what the size of the pieces of vermiculite in case somebody wants to know. You see that little piece right there? This is called the large vermiculite. It's not the little, you can get it in 3 different phases. This is the very large. So I've got it in here, and I fertilized this because the grapevine is here. I went ahead and fertilized all of it.
Both grapevines are coming out. And
Yeah.
I think I see tags of grapes. Do I?
Where? Right up here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over yonder, 6, 7, 8.
They're already putting tags on.
This one's already putting tags on. I'll tell you how prolific these things are. I would sit here last year and eat these things and spit the seeds out in this tub right here.
Oh, we've got more.
Look at here. Well, that's a weed right there, but
We're going to put those in something and save them.
that's little grapes coming up from this, because I'd sit here and spit the seeds out and throw them in here. I didn't think anything about it. I said, well, they probably won't grow. Well, yes, they will. It's pretty prolific.
But this one's got grapes on it.
Yeah, this one's a purple grape. It's got seeds in it. It's the, what did I tell you that was? It wasn't a Concord. It was
It's called a catawba.
Catawba grape. Now, it doesn't make a real big grape. It's about the size of your thumbnail. And,
But good. Ooh.
oh, they're sweet. Oh, they're really, really good. And last year it had branched all out down here and everything before I got anything done. So I kind of just let it go. But this year I've got it up here. I was hoping to just get it where grapes were just hanging all through the top of it up here.
Now this one is starting to come back out. And we found, I think we found grapes on it the other day.
Oh, was it this one? Oh, no.
No, it's one outside.
There's a white seedless one out yonder we found them on.
Yeah, this one's not quite there yet.
Remember, this one made grapes in the middle of the winter, in January. And we ate the grapes off of it, so it's got to actually come back again. It's still just now getting started again. So it, because it was so warm in here, we kept it closed up in here during the winter months. Well, actually, because remember we had tomatoes and all that all the way through January. And this thing just kept bearing grapes. Now, this one was the Himrod, Himrod grape. It's supposed to be seedless, But I read up on it, and it said if the plant is stressed, which it was, because it had become so hot and so dry in here, we was having trouble. During the winter months, it'd be freezing cold, 100 degrees, freezing cold, 100 degrees in here. That it stressed the plant, and it says when you stress the hemorrhoid, it will have seeds in it. So, now why that is, don't ask me, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I read. So I'm kind of hoping that, this year, maybe it won't be stressed so bad. Now the next big thing we're going to be dealing with here is this right here. As soon as I get a chance and figure out where I'm going to put them, this one and this one is coming out of here because they are getting close to a year old. And if I can get them outside somewhere before they actually try to make a banana, I'm going to get them in the ground, and hopefully this year, if nothing happens, we're going to get some bananas.
And you're leaving the little small ones to come back out.
Well, now this one was up here like this, but the freeze killed it back to here, and I had promised someone I'd do a video showing how to take the pups up.
Oh, so you got that video to do later.
I have that video to do later about showing how to take the pups off of here and actually plant those. I'm going to try to plant them somewhere else. And this is the Evangeline sweet potatoes, guys. Look at this. These are slips.
But we have nowhere to get them out yet.
I haven't got them planted yet. I have a place to put them. I just haven't got to that. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Of course, the rest of this
Look
stuff
at
here,
this.
These are the, what is this one? Was this a sea berry or what was this one?
I think so.
I have to look and see because I can't remember. I've had so many doggone.
This
is a jujube.
That's right. This is jujube.
It's got jujubes on it. The little berries coming on it.
First time.
First time, right there.
That one over there is one. All these are.
Those are
jujubes.
No, this one is. This is a kiwi. This is a kiwi. That's a kiwi, and that's a kiwi. I do not have an arch or trellis system.
Oh, that's the last three. Yeah.
The last three kiwis. I don't have a trellis system.
These are the sea berries.
I have 5 of them here. That's the sea berries. This is the Mr. Jerry Peach. I had put some seeds in the ground 2 years ago, and they're just now coming up.
Blackberry.
We got the 2 Freedom Blackberries here. This one and this one.
And what is this?
This is a wild plum from over at Deep South.
Okay.
So I have to keep the plums in containers because if I don't, they'll become invasive and take over. So, well, we moved our fingerling potatoes outside out here. I tried to put them underneath here, but the sun hits them for a pretty good while. And them being used to being in the high tunnel under the 40% shade cloth, when I moved them out here, they took a pretty hard beating from the sun. It's pretty brutal on them until they get used to it. They need watering this morning. We got to do that. But we decided to get them out of there and get them out here because they were getting too leggy in there. And I actually forgot which one it was. One of them I let spill a little bit, and they were full of little potatoes.
It's that one I think that you were just messing with. That's why it looks so rough.
This one looks rough because the dirt didn't dump out of it, but enough of the dirt rolled over on it that I could see some of the potatoes on one side, and it was full of little potatoes. So we know it's going to have potatoes. We just don't know how big they're going to be or anything like that.
And actually, these should start come out probably within the month.
Oh, within a month,
they should be dying and they're out.
Yeah, these will be through within a month.
So they're on their last leg anyways.
Yes. Now they weren't fertilized. This is only cow manure. They're in cow manure. I went up to the barn and got the cow manure and put in these things here and planted them in cow manure. So
I hope they don't taste like cow manure.
I hope not. I hope not. But I did add a little bit of I took cow manure and either Bacto or Schultz. I don't remember. And I mixed a little bit of it all up together. And I put them in each one of these and put the potatoes in them. I want to say it was Schultz on this. So we'll see. We'll see how it does.